country is protected. And speaking of protection, criminals laugh when you purchase a fake safe from a big box store. There's no better time than now than to visit the Safe House and see what a real safe looks like. Rebates now through the end of July on select brands. Our brands include Liberty, Fort Knox, and Browning. Drop by one of our locations or go to NashvilleSafeHouse.com. And remember, we don't just sell safes, we sell peace of mind.
My wife and I enjoy going by Yard Sale Inc. We usually go to both locations, the one in Smyrna as well as the one in Murfreesboro. A lot of times on Saturday mornings we stop by, and their inventory changes weekly, so you never know what you're going to see, and it's mostly open box. The name fits it. It's exactly that. It's a yard sale. If you don't totally agree with the price, the staff is always friendly and nice and willing to work with you.
That's the Yard Sale store in Smyrna at 111 Enon Springs Road West, in Murfreesboro at 204 South Front Street, and online at bestdealintown.com.
Hi, this is Allie Dowenhauer with Isaiah 117 House. Isaiah 117 House provides physical and emotional support for children awaiting foster care placement here in Rutherford County. We are changing the way foster care begins, and those kiddos are brought to our house to hang out and wait for a foster family, and they're given everything they need. We support foster children, DCS, and foster families here in Rutherford County. Visit us at www.isaiah117house.com or visit our Facebook page, Isaiah 117 House, Rutherford County.
AFFI is Middle Tennessee's premier choice for pest, wildlife, and moisture control. They specialize in those difficult and unique cases. You can reach them by phone at 615-300-2395. That's 615-300-2395. Or stop in at 200 Glenrose Lane in Smyrna.
Hello, I'm Roger, one of the tour guides at Sam Davis Home, 1399 Sam Davis Road in Smyrna. To learn more about Sam Davis, Smyrna's boyhood hero, we offer tours Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. No reservations required. To book a wedding, creek house rental, field trip, or any other event, contact Jenny Lamb, our director, at director@samdavishome.org. Visit our Facebook page or give us a call at 615-459-2341.
Hey, I'd like to tell you guys about the Crusader Auto Works in Smyrna. About 4 years ago, we bought this facility. It's about a 25,000 square foot facility that handles all your automotive needs in the Smyrna, Tennessee marketplace. Everything from collision to full auto service and classic car restorations and customs. And so I think we're one of the only locations in Middle Tennessee, anywhere of that size and that capability that can handle any car need that you have, whether it's a modern day car, sports car, or a classic car of any kind. We can take care of what you need at Crusader Auto Works.
Hey, I'm Floyd, and I'm inviting you to join me at CR. That's Celebrate Recovery. We meet at Family Worship Center, 3045 Memorial Boulevard on Sunday at 6 p.m. We're a 12-step Christ-centered program that offers help for all the hurts, habits, and hang-ups that's causing you pain. The program works if you work it, and I'm proof. For other CR groups, go to CelebrateRecovery.com and click on the group finder. Hope to see you soon.
Portions of our programming have been pre-recorded. The Good Neighbor Network, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. Flagship station for MTSU Sports. The views and opinions on this show are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of WGNS, its management, other hosts, or advertisers.
This is Conversations with Mike Sparks.
Are you concerned with the state of America, your state, your community? Then you're in the right place. State Representative Mike Sparks. He and guests are here to talk about local politics, history, faith, and freedom.
All right, you listen to Conversation with Mike Sparks. I'm your host, Mike Sparks. We can't play the real YMCA. We'll get in trouble. But Connor doing the best he can. Connor, how you doing? How's school?
That's great.
Huh?
We're doing arts and crafts.
Oh, arts and crafts. That what it is? All right, Connor.
Oh, nice.
You know?
Very nice.
Yeah. We've got a little bit of a late start shooting a little video just now about our guest that's coming up, Maya Engelhorn with Wired Human. And Ron and his lovely daughter-in-law, Teresa, Ron Alley, going to join us here in just a few minutes. Roger, you want to get a few things in
Yeah,
that you've been
upcoming
working
shows, and also shout out to Mike Sauls. He's actually a golf cart mechanic, and he's been helping us out on the golf cart.
All right.
And Tony Campbell actually, he donated, and we need a little bit of advice. And
very
his
nice.
number is 615-962-0619, and he'll come to your house.
And he
Or
works
come
on
to your
golf
business.
carts?
No, he's on his own. He'll come to you. You ain't got to carry your golf cart to him.
Oh, wow. What's his number again?
615-962-0619.
All right.
And
so you went and bought new batteries for it?
Yes. What Tony did.
Tony paid for them?
Yeah, but Tony would get it to him in a few
Really?
months.
How many did y'all have to buy?
Finance it 50 cents a month. Would I get?
Y'all had to buy like 6 of them? Is that
No,
right?
I actually got the 312s, 36 volts. I found out through this guy you could do that, and it saves us just his advice is saving money.
It's a lot better than what I put you on.
$1,100.
Yeah.
But we got next week's show, Mike. I know we got Ron Allen Day and Teresa and Maya, but next week we got Steve Spence running for sheriff.
Yep.
You've given everybody a chance, and
Kenneth
after
Barrett was
that,
on with us here a couple
and
weeks
then
ago.
I think May the 3rd, I believe it's May the 3rd, will be Trey Mansfield.
All right. Yeah, we tried to get all the
You had all
this-
3 Mario candidates, and we've had we had
Sheriff.
Barrett, Kenneth Barrett in, and these are the 2. And so
Did you
we'll
cry
be,
during that show?
Pardon me?
Did you start crying?
No,
It got kind of emotional.
You said
man.
your wife always. Did you say your wife? What makes you cry? Or she
No.
cries?
When Kenneth Barrett's daughter started crying,
I know,
it was
man.
so really touching.
It was kind of, I asked him to talk about their dad, man, and she was, she got, was crying. He loves her dad, and
Keith Bradford started crying.
If
Donnie Thompson was in here, he'd start crying.
Oh, don't talk about Donnie Thompson, man.
I bet Steve Noah would have started crying.
Well, I seen your buddy Donnie Thompson today, man. I thought it was your buddy.
We're buddies, all right. He's my buddy, all right.
Donnie's a good man.
I've known Donnie for a long time.
Yeah, he was a Bridgestone man, really over the whole battery, the tow motors. He was over all that, man. He was a great guy. I talked to him back then. He was just a friendly guy.
He is a good
guy.
dude. I know. I think I was leaving altar boy practice or something when I was in my teens and seen him get in a fight in front of a car lot over in Smyrna. He was always fighting somebody, man.
I haven't heard that, but
he's always fighting.
Yeah, I heard that even from his brothers.
Donnie needs some Jesus, and some forgiveness.
I actually worked closer to his brother Robert, and
Really?
I heard about Donnie a little bit.
No, Donnie, we go wait. He was one of my customers when I had my fitness center.
Really?
Yeah, we go way back. Yeah. In fact, I was watching some videos. You know the old Rock and Roll Express. You know the wrestlers.
Yeah.
They used to come in there. They used to come in there and work out.
Yeah.
They drove an old beat up station wagon. Yeah.
That tracks.
It was funny. They told me, they said, man, if you'll give me a shirt, I'll wear it on WWE wrestling, like at the Omni. And I didn't really follow wrestling, so I didn't know. And I was like, no, I won't give it to you. I'll sell it to you though. It's $20 a shirt, and people thought, you're crazy, just give them a shirt. And finally I gave them a shirt, and they wore it at the Omni, and like in Atlanta. People like, hey man, I see your shirt on WWE, my gym shirt. It was really pretty cool. But
that's like Rocky,
Donnie goes
Rocky,
way back, man.
He wore one with something meat market or something to go where the guy that worked is.
Oh, Donnie's a good one though. No, we've got all the candidates. So you say we've got Steve Spence coming next week.
Yeah, Steve's coming next week, and then the week after that it'll be Trey Mansfield.
Got some good people running for sheriff and mayor.
Yeah, and I believe the 10th, Mike. If you got a second here on the schedule, I tell you, we stay booked, man. You stay booked.
Well, I appreciate you helping me with it.
Well, no, it ain't me. I just called.
We've been in sessions.
You're the one that sets it all up. But after that, we're having Dr. Harrell from Stewart's Creek. And
I think we may have Marsha Blackmore too.
Yeah, and that is Mother's Day. It is Mother's Day.
Well, she ain't showing up Mother's Day. They already told me that.
Oh, okay.
He said Marsha's no way she's coming to the station.
She may call
on
in
Mother's Day. No, not even on Mother's Day. He said, man, we're not going to bother.
Okay.
And then my buddy Monty Frisk running for governor. He's talked about coming.
Avery is he's coming
Kelleher.
in. Keller. He's coming in the 17th.
Yeah, good.
So you can start booking for.
Well,
June.
he kind of, he's the one that found his daughter. Sadly, she killed herself.
Yeah, and that kind of falls into this tonight.
What we're fixing to talk about. Mm-hmm. In fact, I guess we're fixing. Anything else you got before we go to commercial break? All right, Jeremy Smithson, how you doing?
I'm good, Mike. How you doing?
Doing good. Smyrna treating you good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good. Absolutely love it.
Well, by the way, the governor killed my school bus bill.
Oh,
yeah, kind of depressed about it.
I like that little. I saw it printed out what you handed the media to do for you, and
all fake news.
Yeah, half of it. Half of it was.
They issue an apology, but they don't apologize on TV.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like I was a printer for all those years on a printing business.
Yeah.
You had to proofread it.
Yeah.
So if you're media, you don't have to proofread. You can just let it go. Oh, we'll put it on the back there where the sporting goods is. Or
they just slid a note under Mike's door saying we apologize.
Well, it's sad because I quoted because it's a terrible time when those two children lost their life. And I put
43 years old, the guy right
female. Yeah, it had nothing to do with the
age. It had nothing to do with.
But it's reaction. That's exactly
right.
what happened. This is what got us in this mess from Chattanooga when that 24-year-old shouldn't have been driving a school bus and those kids got killed. It's a knee-jerk reaction. So now we're the most restrictive in the world. I can't make this stuff up. None of these taxpayer-funded lobbyists are helping me. None. I mean, we had this bill done, and the governor's people killed it. But it really is upsetting because it's a workforce development bill. It puts people to work and it helps this crisis. Very disappointed, but what I've learned, one thing about politics, man, you don't always get what you want. Sometimes it takes you 2 or 3 years to get something done, and it's just, I want it done now. And anybody that's in politics, whether it's Joe Carr, Craig Harris, or Rick Hall, or anybody else out there, man, it's frustrating because you want it done now. You want to be able to solve problems. Sometimes it takes months, if not years, to get it done.
Oh, I'd heard today, man. This is 40 years of something going on.
I'm glad you reminded me. And 40 years. My wife and I met 40 years ago at 9:30 tonight. Is when I met her.
Now, how old was you when you met her, Mike?
I was 19 and she was 15. And I sit on the floor, on the house floor, and everybody looks like, oh my God, man. I get kidded a lot.
And we talk about it a lot. His wife, man, Felicia, she's the greatest.
Oh, she is.
She is. Go to one of these events and see who's
She's
the one that does it.
Yeah. My wife's just real shy. She's keeping Henry a grandbaby, and Grace is on the way to the. Is there some movie out right now? Some kind of cartoon movie that's real popular about.
I think that's the Mario movie.
Mario, that's it.
Really?
My son and his wife got Grace at the Mario movie.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And but anyways, 40 years ago, that when I talk about the power of prayer, man, I remember being down and out, and I was so miserable at 18, 19. I was washing cars at trying to go to college at Nashville Tech, driving all the way to Nashville, man, for $3.65 an hour was miserable.
But you know, Mike, it builds good character.
Praying,
it builds good character because if
the
everybody
Lord.
knows you like Jeremy knows you well.
Bring me a good woman it really is a miracle. The Lord navigated because her brother was hanging out with my brother. I probably told you that story. And I just said, hey, because Smyrna was so small, we kind of all knew each other in a way, or knew families. And I said, you got brothers, sisters? And he goes, yeah, I got a sister named Felicia. And my other brother heard him. He goes, Felicia Smith, that's your sister. He goes, man, I sit beside her in class. She's real cute. You need to meet her. And here's what's weird. It's kind of going down the matrix, Jeremy. If my brother Philip wouldn't have failed a grade, I probably wouldn't never met her.
Well, how about how I met my wife?
Oh yeah, you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the best sale I ever got a yard sale in my life was where I met my wife.
Man, that's
my ex-wife's yard sale.
She was selling your stuff.
Wait, your ex-wife's yard sale?
Yeah,
Wow.
she's selling my stuff. Yeah.
That's a Seinfeld.
And I went to see what is she doing? That's where I met my wife.
That's funny.
36 years.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Nice.
All right.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd try to top you there, Mike.
Well, my wife, I was on the way in here, and she goes, aren't you supposed to be at the station? I'm like, yeah. She said, it's 4:57. I'm like, I know. I'm just chilling, babe. Just hold on, you know. Anyway, speaking of chilling, guess we need to go to a quick commercial break. And we've got some great guests coming up, and Ron's just a great guy, and his beautiful young daughter-in-law, Teresa, and is Mayan, right? Maya Engelhorn. Okay.
I told you he'd get it right
They'll
on the first
join us
spot.
here in a few minutes. All right, let's go to commercial break. We'll be right back.
Josh Moss with Affordable Heating and Cooling provides residential HVAC and duct cleaning services to the Middle Tennessee area. With more than 20 years of experience, Josh Moss and the AHC team provide 24/7 service and take care to ensure whatever work you need done is done in a professional, timely manner. Contact AHC at 615-745-1676. That's 615-745-1676. Or go to their website at affordableheatingandcoolingtn.com.
Most people know that their insurance can provide them with coverage for the many life's mishaps. But I can help you also unlock discounts, save money, and get benefits with Farmers Insurance Policy Perks. Whether we're discussing home or auto insurance, I am here to help you understand these great perks. Call me, Mark Lewis, at 615-625-7070 for a quote, and you can get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Not available in every state. Only available select Farmers branded policies underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliate.
Want a flawless look without the wait? Step into the Vanity Zone in Smyrna, where upscale style meets everyday convenience. Specializing in precision cuts, color services, waxing, and more for men, women, and kids. All delivered by highly trained stylists with an eye for detail. And don't miss the signature hot towel refresher, the perfect finishing touch that leaves you feeling clean, relaxed, and ready for anything. Walk in or book now. The Vanity Zone in Smyrna. Looking your best is always in style.
At Dr. Automotive in Smyrna, from oil changes to major engine and transmission repairs, we've got the cure for your car. Let's hear from customers of Dr. Automotive.
He does a good job. He lets you know what's going on and do it at a good price.
Danny does a lot in our community, so he's very involved and invested.
I recommend family, friends. Danny is spot on because he'll suggest what I need to do, and of course, I've never had an issue.
For quality care you can trust, visit Dr. Automotive in Smyrna. We've got the cure for your car.
Hey, Middle Tennessee, it's Mark from the Safe House. Can I have your attention, please? I have an important announcement. Our president has a backbone. Thank you, President Trump. We sleep better knowing our country is protected. And speaking of protection, criminals laugh when you purchase a fake safe from a big box store. There's no better time than now than to visit the Safe House and see what a real safe looks like. Rebates now through the end of July on select brands. Our brands include Liberty, Fort Knox, and Browning. Drop by one of our locations or go to NashvilleSafehouse.com. And remember, we don't just sell safes, we sell peace of mind.
My wife and I enjoy going by Yard Sale Inc. We usually go to both locations, the one in Smyrna as well as the one in Murfreesboro. A lot of times on Saturday mornings we stop by, and their inventory changes weekly, so you never know what you're going to see, and it's mostly open box. The name fits it. It's exactly that. It's a yard sale. If you don't totally agree with the price, the staff is always friendly and nice and willing to work with you.
That's the Yard Sale Store in Smyrna at 111 Enon Springs Road West, in Murfreesboro at 204 South Front Street, and online at bestdealintown.com.
Hi, Hi, this is Allie Dowenhauer with Isaiah 117 House. Isaiah 117 House provides physical and emotional support for children awaiting foster care placement here in Rutherford County. We are changing the way foster care begins, and those kiddos are brought to our house to hang out and wait for a foster family, and they're given everything they need. We support foster children, DCS, and foster families here in Rutherford County. Visit us at www.isaiah117house.com or visit our Facebook page, Isaiah 117 House, Rutherford County.
Hello, I'm Roger, one of the tour guides at Sam Davis Home, 1399 Sam Davis Road in Smyrna. To learn more about Sam Davis, Smyrna's boyhood hero, we offer tours Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. No reservations required. To book a wedding, creek house rental, field trip, or any other event, contact Jenny Lamb, our director, at director@samdavishome.org. Visit our Facebook page or give us a call at 615-459-2341.
Hey, I'd like to tell you guys about Crusader Auto Works in Smyrna. About 4 years ago, we bought this facility. It's about a 25,000 square foot facility that handles all your automotive needs in the Smyrna, Tennessee marketplace. Everything from collision to full auto service and classic car restorations and customs. And so I think we're one of the only locations in Middle Tennessee, anywhere of that size and that capability that can handle any car need that you have, whether it's a modern day car, sports car, or a classic car of any kind. We can take care of what you need at Crusader Auto Works.
Hey, I'm Floyd, and I'm inviting you to join me at CR. That's Celebrate Recovery. We meet at Family Worship Center, 3045 Memorial Boulevard on Sunday at 6 p.m. We're a 12-step Christ-centered program that offers help for all the hurts, habits, and hang-ups that's causing you pain. The program works if you work it, and I'm proof. For other CR groups, go to celebraterecovery.com and click on the group finder. Hope to see you soon.
All right, we're back. We're fixing to talk about a serious subject about mental health and some other things that's going on. It seems like it's a just kind of reached an epidemic proportion. And you know, I was sharing with y'all earlier out in the lobby about the man that called me where he found his daughter hung in her own closet next day, and that was just a few months ago. And in fact, we ended up running a resolution, had him on the House floor. Looks like he called me the other day. It looks like they're going to kind of partner with the Jason Foundation that is helps with bring awareness to the seriousness of child suicide in our school system and mental health. And so hopefully something positive comes out of that. So guest Teresa Alley, Ron Alley, and Maya Engelhorn, welcome.
Yay, thank you for having us.
Yeah, and Teresa, how's things going?
Things are going well. We're doing a lot of really great stuff at Trellis and Vine Art Gallery.
Yep.
And one of the things we're just so excited about and so excited to be here to share about is our partnerships with Carpe Artista and with Wired Human, which we're here to share about today.
Yes, and if folks aren't familiar with your art gallery, explain where it's at.
Let me tell you a little bit about where it's at. So we have a locally run art gallery in Smyrna on 27 South Lowry Street, right across from the train depot in downtown Smyrna. And not only do we get to highlight local artists who are sharing meaningful art with the world, but we also get to partner with amazing nonprofits that are raising awareness about things we really need to talk about. And that's one of the things I love about art is it helps to focus us on things that matter.
Yes, I always kid Ron. I said, he knows I'm fixing to say. I said I'm not very artsy fartsy, and I like what he come back with. Explain what you always say.
What I usually say is we have in our DNA to be creative.
Yeah.
Everybody wakes up going, what can I create today? I mean, maybe it's just a better day than I had yesterday, but or it's a new business or a dream that we've had. We're designed to create. So everyone has some type of creativity within them.
Oh yeah, Connor's on board with that. He's got a little project he actually did today, didn't you?
Oh, someone made this for me.
Oh, you didn't make it?
Yeah, that's my name on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
There you go. It's pretty.
Do you want to share a little bit about who you are and your connection?
Yeah, go ahead.
People may know you.
Oh, well, Carpe Artista is arts nonprofit in Smyrna, and we've been there for 15 years. Actually, we're celebrating our 15th year. I've got my
Awesome
T-shirt,
shirt.
celebration T-shirt on today, and we'll be celebrating that heavily with Simply Smyrna this year on the June 13th. But
all right.
So we our purpose for existence is to raise up the next generation of entertainment and arts leadership to go into industry and affect our culture in positive ways, giving them the foundations to work with and grow them, and to be able to do that with our 4 C's: character, calling, craft, and community.
Yes, yes. Maya, now how do you kind of fit into this puzzle? How did y'all meet with Teresa and all?
Yeah, so Ron and I got connected at the Tennessee Symposium for Online Safety. I believe that was in February.
It was in February.
And he, really aligned so perfectly with the mission that Wired Human has. Wired Human exists to empower young people, for kids to flourish in the age of social media and AI and technology. And so we really found a lot of alignment in also being able to meet at Trellis and Vine. So we're grateful for them as the host to kind of gather the community to talk about something that is just so relevant for today's day and age.
Yes. Well, Ron, one thing that because I'm more of a car guy. Roger's a car guy, and a lot of the they do the car shows over at Steak and Shake, and even at Sam Davis' home. And I like what you said about cars. If you remember what you told me here recently.
I'm just quoting what I saw down at the arena. There's a Nissan ad that says, "Nothing goes together like cars and music." So,
that is true.
So
well, cars are
history. They've always
artwork
together.
in a sense.
They are, yeah. Their
creative.
design's amazing, and it's creative, and they create to address issues with our transportation. So.
Yes. All right. Nama, where are you from?
I'm from Mankato, Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota.
And,
wow, country.
That's me, yep. I moved down to Nashville. I went to Belmont University, so that's what brought me here. Yeah.
All right. All right. Now, going back on the mental health, where is there? When have we kind of seen this rise? Is it pre-COVID, during COVID, after COVID? Where is it kind of starting to really become such a serious problem like it is now? On the area of mental health itself.
Yeah, I mean, definitely something that has had increasing issues. I think specifically during COVID, we did see that exponential kind of effect on young people when we were isolated. We didn't have that community, and we depended a lot more on technology. But I mean, we see the rise of social media induced mental health crises, like really ever since its origin, ever since the very beginning. And when everyone began to have their personal devices in their pockets, and it's becoming more and more common to have an iPad, have an iPhone from incredibly young age. And so I would say year after year we see more of the effects of that. But really since
have y'all read the book The Anxious Generation? Y'all
Not yet, but I have heard of it.
Yeah, it's really, I was at a school function. It was I guess you'd say a school superintendent talking about it, and that tied in the resolution I ran last year, and we kind of tweaked it around again this year with Avery Kelleher talking about his situation with his daughter, because he feels it was online, and it was something that was encouraging his daughter to commit suicide. I mean, it's really pretty deep, dark stuff, but it's just sad, and what his outlet, I guess, is to start this nonprofit called We Live for Riv, and and I think like with y'all, art, I guess, is that outlet in therapy, if you will, right?
Yeah, one of the things that just was fit so well with partnering with Wired Human is, so they're really focused on connecting students together and building this youth coalition, which Maya is spearheading here. And part of that involves inviting students, teens, college age students to come in and to create something depicting the struggle that they have with social media and the digital landscape. And that is what we're showing in our art gallery. And let me tell you, it's very raw, it's very real, it's very powerful. There's a lot of things that it brings up. And I was able to read the book that the founders, Lisa and Jason, wrote, which is called The Glass Between Us. And I think that's just so appropriately titled for what we're talking about right here, is that something has come between us to cut us off from connection to community. And the reason that I believe Trellis and Vine, Carpe Artista, and Wired Human have come together for this is that we are about bringing community together and empowering youth. Carpe Artista and Wired Human are all about empowering youth, and what we have going on with the gallery is a place and a space for us to bring that to life. We actually have a reception going on Saturday we'd love to tell you about, but we also would love to tell you more about Wired Human as well. So, yeah.
All right.
So there's a Harvard study that Erica Chenoweth found that it takes only 3.5% of the population actively participating in nonviolent sustained protest to trigger significant political change or revolution. 3.5%. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to do is raise student voices to speak, and Wired Human was able to arrange back in January, and maybe you can speak to this, Maya, a visit where a number of their students went to Washington, D.C., and took this gallery, also this representation, and introduced it to legislators and had conversations with legislators about the issues on Capitol Hill.
Yes. Yes, you got, you know, one thing I see, it seems like folks need to be connected somehow, connected to other people, and isolation, loneliness, those areas just often, it's not good, you know, and you see the folks turn to alcohol, turn to drug use. I mean, you know, things, as Ron's age group, my age group, you know, Roger, we've seen the changes, and it's not good, you know. I mean, the world has changed, and you know, just today my wife we're out shopping, and I could tell there's a young lady kind of seemed a little off, about 22, I guess, and I see my wife kind of look over, you know, like, what's this girl up to? And we got in the vehicle, and I said, oh, that girl must be on some kind of drugs or something, you know. And it's just really, really sad, because suicide wasn't that prevalent when I was growing up. Do you remember? You don't remember suicide or anything much? I don't.
There was some, but not anywhere near what it is now, and it escalated. I mean, I looked at the statistics in 21, in 22, where teen suicide had escalated significantly.
I think it's the leading cause of death for minors.
For 22 and under, the leading cause of death.
Yeah, which is
heartbreaking. My son even actually said down to 8 years old.
Wow. And part of the reason is that the way that these algorithms are engineered is that they're specifically being targeted with content that is violent, that is encouraging young people to practice self-harm. And so, like, situations like y'all have mentioned, a lot of that is originated on these platforms, and the lack of safeguards is the reason that they're exposed to these type contents, and to even think of that as an option, you know.
You know, I was just with all this political stuff going on, man, you see some hateful stuff out there, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
There's some hateful. Some, we've had some folks, you know, running for office, and I asked one of them spouse the other day, I said, have you started crying yet? And she kind of looked at me, and she goes, well, yeah, a little bit, you know, because my wife, you know, went through some tough campaigns, and man, it's hard on a spouse, you know, so you just online, it's adults too. Some of these adults are probably worse than any child.
Never trust what's online, you know, really.
Lots of misinformation.
It is.
Absolutely. And can be very polarizing, as you mentioned. Yep.
I try not to get sucked in, man. It's easy to get pulled into that kind of stuff, you know. And well, one of the areas I'll often talk to folks, you know, as a lawmaker, I've took on the issue of music therapy. I'd have never thought I would. Ron's probably it was kind of his fault. Him and JT Cooper, you know, because I didn't even know there are music therapist. I never knew. I just thought it was somebody playing guitar like Ron or JT,
or guitar
and
like Mike.
Started looking at these things, and it really is therapy in a sense. You know, Ron's heard me say I played Amazing Grace while my mom was passing away. You know, I made Amazing Grace official state hymn, and Amazing Grace has such a cool story. A lot of folks don't realize the backstory of that hymn, but when my mom was in her final days, I thought, you know, I'm just going to play this hymn, and it was her favorite hymn, and man, it was like medicine. She was in a lot of heavy breathing and moans. And once I started playing Amazing Grace with the bagpipes, and man, it just calmed down, and she passed the next morning. But one of the areas I ask people is, what do you do to kind of chill? Like, what's your therapeutic answer at the end of the day? What do you kind of do to kind of
Nature's
chill?
a big one, and then time in community, like time with friends. We host a lot at my household, so that's another really fun thing where we can just like really get to know how one another is doing, and really be able to kind of just be able to process and have fun and enjoy each other's company, away from all of the hustle and bustle and the noise and whatnot that is kind of always at our fingertips.
Ron, what's your outlet?
It's being with family. Okay, that's one of my big ones, but music's always been one. Yeah.
I've got my Kurdish buddy Z. He's had a lot on his mind. I've been checking on him a little bit, and he's been going out there to this Radnor Park, and he'll walk.
Love Radnor.
He's told me to come out there, and he's sent a picture of a sunrise, and I'm not up that early. Okay, I'm just not up that early, and he'll go do 6 miles. It make me feel lazy. I'm on my 4th cup of coffee, but it's his little outlet. In fact, even though he's Muslim, I invited him to the little Bible study we do with Eric and Eric Ritchie and Ron comes in, and it's just five guys so far, you know, and I like how Eric put that booklet together, you know, about it's like a manual he put together.
The shop, yeah,
it's
called The Shop.
I thought he bought it at Lifeway or something. He designed this thing. It's so cool.
Created it, and it's part of the Great American Road Rally. It's to accompany it.
But it's like he's designed it like a car shop manual, and it's designed for like car guys, car women, if you will. And I was like, man, you need to market this thing. I mean, because he'll talk about, you know, just like check engine light. That's your mental health, you know, and then and your health, and then the outer shell, the body work is exercise, and he has all that stuff in there, man, and it's just, and he'll tie it into scripture.
Yeah, the engine represents our inner being, and then the body shop, of course, represents our physical beings.
And if folks don't know who I'm talking about Eric Ritchie, who owns Crusader Automotive over there on Hazelwood, does a lot of classic car restoration, antique restoration, and working on that film, documentary, Route 66, and I think they pushed
Great
off
American Road Rally.
Yeah, push it off till the fall.
Yeah,
I believe.
Right.
And,
get your car ready.
Celebrity
Sort of wait
edition.
now.
So.
Yeah, I've thought about going out there, but
I wouldn't mind
but
doing a leg of that.
Eric is a musician as well.
Yes, I knew.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Plays guitar. Sings.
Well, I wrote a story about him the other day. Did you see the story I wrote? Well, it was so cool. He was talking about, everybody talked about their dad, you know, and he says his first car was 71 Nova. And he said it had a big antenna on the back, and it had a big hole in the trunk lid. So his dad told him to get underneath the trunk, get in the trunk, and hold a penny up with his thumb. And he said he put that welding arch on there, and it welded put Lincoln's head in his thumb for a while. And I just thought it was a cool little story. So I snapped a picture of his hand. He had his hand up like thumb, and I said, "What color is that? It was your car." I'm just curious. He says, British Racing Green with gold stripes. And I said, dude, that was my first car, 69 Camaro, British Racing Green, gold stripes. I ended up doing the story about it. He's supposed to be finding me the original picture.
I'll have to go look for it.
Yeah, just TennesseeLedger.com. But you know, the area of mental health, I never would have thought I'd be talking about this stuff if you told me this 10 years ago. Why is it so important, Ron?
Well, let's let Teresa talk about it,
Yeah.
because she's actually investigated the curriculum that Wired Human has developed that that's being actually considered a pilot for this next year by Rutherford County school system. It's being considered to be piloted in, I think, 6 middle schools, and they'll actually be it's coming up for vote I think this week. So
okay.
And they're it will be the first county school system in the nation to address this issue with the curriculum.
Yeah.
So
So
what age?
right.
What age you're kind of hitting at on the school wise? Like high school, junior high, or?
well, you want to address it, Maya? Go ahead.
Yeah, so I believe Rutherford County School is incorporating it in middle schools, or I believe that's what's up for vote. And so, yeah, that's kind of their target, so that these tools can kind of be implemented at a really young age.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But the youth coalition is for high school students and high school and college students.
Yeah, so that'll be another huge component of the event that we have on April 25th. We'll be inviting the local youth that come, whether they be in, honestly, middle school to college age. There are options for involvement. And so this is for young people who want to be the spokespeople for their generation, who want to speak out about the ways that tech and social media and AI is impacting their educational life, their relational life, their self-image. It's really embedded in every single facet of life. And so we, as an organization, empower these young people, and then we also equip them to really be put into position, put in rooms, make sure that their voices are heard in places where decisions are being made around technology. So Ron mentioned our roundtable event that we have annually, and we focus on kids' online safety, and we bring in lawmakers and tech executives and other advocates to talk about these issues. But really, kids are the expert. Young people are the experts. We are the ones who have experienced this for as long as we can remember. And these art pieces are the canary in the coal mine, and kids are the canary in the coal mine. And so that's kind of our heart as an organization. And we think that in the same place, we seek education. We want to make sure that there's also this acknowledgement of technology and the fact that kids also need the handlebars to navigate these spaces. And so that's the heart behind the curriculum. And that's why we believe that it is important that educators and parents and social workers really are able to kind of grasp the ins and outs of the digital world so that they can best support young people. And so, yeah, we have resources for adults and children alike.
I've really been impressed with Wired Human, the way that they really taking a holistic approach to what does the digital landscape look like and how do we create a healthy space for our children. And one of the things I think, if you have time on Saturday to come out to Trellis and Vine at 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or 6 o'clock, I think you're really going to be amazed at the value that this nonprofit brings to the table. Through reading their book, one of the things I think was so cool is that they're very upfront in saying, like, this is what is happening. This is what the digital landscape looks like, not just for us as adults, but for kids. This is what kids have to deal with every single day. And we need to look at it through that lens and say, what are their struggles? And when you see the art that's on display at Trellis and Vine and that has been brought before the U.S. Senate, you're going to see kids sharing real things that they've experienced. But one of the things that I've really appreciated through reading their book is that they don't stop at this is a problem, right? I think we're talking about how it is a problem. We've seen how it's affected people. It's taken lives. Like, this is serious. But one of the things that they've talked about is a framework for parents and teachers to engage with. That's another thing that we're going to be talking about on Saturday, and that they do such a good job of doing, is not shaming or scaring people away from the internet. That is not going to happen. We're not going to scare kids away from that. We have to teach them how to engage with it. And we have to teach parents and teachers, we all have to learn together. And so they have a really neat acronym, and they kind of go back to it throughout the book. That's RUMB, which I believe means room. And so they say, like, we got to build relationships. Like, first and foremost, we got to be connected again. And then we need to understand, like, what's going on here. Take a look at the artwork that has been created. Listen to what's going on. Take a look at statistics. And then let's mentor. Let's step into these kids' lives and walk alongside them to help them discover what is valuable. And then the fourth step is boundaries. So what boundaries need to be put in place that's going to allow for a healthy life? And one of the things I love is, like I said, they're not shaming or scaring people away from the internet. They're saying, what do you value? You value having friends around the table? Do you value playing music with your friends? Do you value going out in nature? Okay, so what boundaries do we need to put in place on the internet in order that your life reflects what you value? And then on top of that, so like that's the foundation of Wired Human. That's what I'm really drawn to and why we're so excited to partner with them at our art gallery. But then, like Maya said, they're equipping students to say, okay, how do you have your voice heard on a national platform where these conversations are having about the future of technology? So that we talked about boundaries, I can set individual boundaries for myself, but as a society, how do we set boundaries for our society so that we're all healthy? So that we don't have to hear stories of 14-year-olds committing suicide. So we don't have to hear more and more about the addiction and the brokenness of our lives around us. We need to be intentional about this and equipping students Gen Z, who's been through this the longest. I think they're going to help us navigate what does a healthy future look like.
Here's a few years ago, back in 2000, and I guess it was 2020, my assistant Marvin and I put together a mental health roundtable. It was well attended. About 110 people were there, both school superintendents, Bill Ketcher, the mayor, I believe he was mayor at the time, and had a lot of folks were there. But I'd asked Dr. Linda Gilbert. I don't know if y'all knew Linda Gilbert. She's Murfreesboro City School superintendent. Almost a 50-year educator. And I had emailed her back after the event. She was there and several other folks. And a lot of times there's just so much going on. I just said, what's the silver bullet? You know, I'm looking for the silver bullet. You know, if there's one thing you can do, and I got to share this letter. I've shared it on the House floor with lawmakers a few times. I've shared the Education Committee as well. But here's a letter she wrote me, which is very, very alarming. She says, good evening. She says, I apologize, Mike, for being delayed in responding. She said, thank you so much for reaching out. She said, yes, more funding for counselors would certainly help in the area of social and emotional issues we're seeing. She said, another area is social workers. She said, they're vital and many school districts aren't able to fund them. I also think it'd be helpful for him and other legislators to talk with school superintendents about the issues we're seeing in very young children. Now, here's what she says that's extremely alarming that got my attention. She goes on to say, the behaviors of the 6 to 9-year-olds are like nothing we've ever seen before. This was roughly a 50-year educator. And I'm going to say it again. The behaviors of the 6 to 9-year-olds are like something we've never seen before. They are inordinately disruptive and aggressive. And while we're bringing all of our resources into play, there's no place for these children to go to be assessed and treated. Wow. I feel very good about the Department of Education, what they're trying to accomplish in the area and the emphasis on the whole child. She said whole child, Ron, not part child, not fraction of child, the whole child. And I think that's one area that we miss. We don't cover the whole child. We cover fractions. Then she goes on to say, I'm hopeful that Department of Mental Health Substance Abuse will work alongside them to address up-to-tier children for whom there seems to be no answers. Thanks again, Linda. Here's what's alarming. She died about a week or two after she sent me this letter.
Oh, my goodness.
And so I know because I know a lot of listeners knew who Dr. Linda Gilbert. She was a mentor to a lot of our school teachers in Rutherford County and Murfreesboro City School System. And this is what she's saying. And what I've said on the House floor, this woman right here knew more about education than any lawmaker in Nashville. I promise you, out of the 132 lawmakers we have, this lady was the most experienced. And here's what she's telling us. The 6 to 9-year-olds, remember, that's 6 years ago. So that Avery's daughter would be that 6 to 9-year-old at that age, the one that took her own life. You know. So it is serious. I mean, like I say, the culture has just changed so much. And
we have the opportunity to make a difference. The students have an opportunity to make a difference. Our high school and middle school students have an opportunity to make a difference. And they can join this movement and let their voice be heard. They can express themselves through something that's positive, and that's through artwork. You know, it is powerful. It speaks to people in a way that just speaking through words doesn't always communicate.
Well, who's the
communicates
artist?
Differently.
When I was over at your place, I always forget his name. I'm terrible at names sometimes. The black artist,
B.B. Rich.
B.B. Rich, and I was doing a Facebook Live with him, and I loved his artwork. I mean, it's not something I would probably buy, but I liked it, you know.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, this means this is symbolizing this, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is pretty neat, you know. And then I asked him, I said, are you married? What does your wife think of this? And you know, tell him what they told me.
Well, his wife actually had passed away.
Yeah.
January was a year. And one of the pieces that we were so excited to highlight in January is one that he painted in honor of her. It was a memory of when they went to a butterfly garden and the butterflies that surrounded her when she had this moment of peace and tranquility and acceptance of the life and her journey with cancer.
Yes.
And it's been so powerful because, unfortunately, as a gallery owner, me and my husband, we never got a chance to meet Christy.
Yeah.
But we get to be a part of BB's journey as he is mourning, as he is creating artwork, and as he's sharing things that are super meaningful with the world.
Yeah.
And that's what is bringing healing. That's what brings us together. Being able to do something like that.
Yeah, I felt so bad for him but he's kind of got connected in a sense, right?
He has.
He's from New Orleans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's been in this area for a while, so he's stayed in this area since his wife has passed. And being able to be a part of the gallery and create with other creatives has allowed him to take steps forward that honors Christy and her legacy and honors the pain that he's going through, but that provides steps, just one step at a time, you know, and to put something out there that I think people resonate with, right? That we've all lost somebody, or we will at some point.
Yes.
And to see his story and his vulnerability is really incredible.
Yes. Well, how do you tie faith? Because I know Ron's a strong man of faith. How do you tie faith into the arts and those areas, Ron?
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, we all, as I said earlier, we're created in the image of the great Creator.
Yeah.
And he placed his DNA within us. I mean, he spoke things into existence.
Yep.
And we have, like I said, we have the need to create because of that.
Yeah.
Because
one of my heroes in the Bible is David. You know, David, you think of David was such a warrior, and I can't say what he told Goliath on the radio because it's very inappropriate to share it on the radio. And what he tells him, it's pretty cool. Like, man, I'm gonna put I'm gonna have your head, and you know.
But he's also a musician.
See, bam.
He wrote the founding. I mean, the songs of the Jewish faith and now the Christian faith. A lot of we go back to the Psalms for our expressions.
You know, I had these young music therapists in my office about 2 years ago, and it was all ladies. It was all young ladies, I guess 20, 23. One guy was there, just one dude. And I was just starting sharing my faith because, man, I'm going to tell you, there's some struggles as a lawmaker, man. I mean, I was mad this week at the governor of all people, you know. And I'm like, but what do I do? I just have to do it next year. But to me, it's a no-brainer. I get upset with the whole system. I think it's all broken. And it's just, you know, you're isolated, you're lonely sometimes. But you think of, you know, like those kids, I remember just talking about my faith to them. And one young cat, man, he looked at me and said, remember, David was a musician. So I'm talking about Dave being a warrior. And I was like, boom, I never thought about Dave as a musician, you know?
Sure.
And David, but here's what's interesting about David. He done a lot of bad things if you go back and look at his life. A lot of bad things.
He did some. Yep.
A lot, you know. But how was he after God's own heart?
He was repentant.
Yeah.
Okay, and he focused. He when God pointed out his sin, he owned it.
Yeah.
And came back and repented of it.
Now, who is it? Was it the prophet? Was it Samuel that tells that story? And then he says, well, that guy needs to be executed. He goes, man, you're the man. That's you.
It wasn't Samuel.
Who was it?
It was another prophet. So.
Okay, where he just says, you're the man. You're the one that done that. Right. He was like, oh, no, Anyways, we've got probably another... We got about two more minutes.
Hey, can I mention one thing, thing related to mental health? We've been doing a program, are finishing up a pilot program for veterans, the songwriters, warrior songwriters sessions. Yeah. And we have their culminating celebration at Memories in Laverne on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. So if you want to come out and see how that's affected.
Where's that at?
That's in Laverne off of Waldron Road exit.
Okay. And it's called?
It's called Memories.
Memories.
Okay. Memories Bar and Grill. It's a veteran-owned bar and grill.
Okay.
So it's appropriate that the veterans are actually there celebrating this program, and here you'll get to hear the songs that were written that tell their stories.
Yeah.
So.
Is JT involved in this one?
He was not able to.
Well, I love JT's music, man. I like that song, Mr. No Apology.
Yeah, right.
It's on YouTube, Mr. No. Man, that song rocks. Mr. No Apology is on YouTube. Folks want to look it up. You ever heard it? JT Cooper, man, he's a Mr. No Apology. You know what? He really is. Well, I appreciate what y'all do. Any final words?
Just to remind people that this coming Saturday, so Thursday you can hear some music from veterans. Saturday you can hear more about Wired Human, get to meet the founders. We would love students, teenagers, and any parents and teachers, educators to come out. Yes. Trellis and Vine Art Gallery.
Well, thank you, Maya Engelhorn.
Yep.
Okay, I just put your card up. Ron Alley, Teresa, appreciate y'all. Thank you, Connor. Thank you, Roger. And folks, we'll catch up with you next week.